Good afternoon, everyone. Give me please a second while I go live on Facebook. Take me just one moment here. And we should be live on Facebook. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our weekly videos. I'm Sami Abusad, Director of Education at T3 Live. In this video, we're going to go over the market. A lot has happened since last week, and we're going to go over some swing ideas for next week. But before we start, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss today is for educational purposes only. So make sure you agree to that before proceeding with today's video. Also, if you'd like to download a copy of my free ebook, link is in the description. Unsexy Trend Analysis Secrets that Generate Beautiful Profits. So again, link is in the description. If you find benefit in today's video, please be sure to hit the like button. But with that said, let's go ahead and turn on the charts and get started. So as I said, a lot has happened since last week. We topped out, basically, is what happened. We went climactic. So take a look. Huge uptrend, of course. Let's see. Strong. This is not drawing. Okay, well, whatever. Strong uptrend, and then notice the acceleration, right? This trend accelerated. You can see it better perhaps on the SPY. Up, and that little acceleration. I sent out a note to subscribers on Wednesday. I said the market could top out any moment now because we went climactic, right? You can see it on the Qs, the SPY. So on Wednesday I sent out the note. On Thursday we topped out. Okay. That was Thursday. So I changed my bias to now bearish until proven otherwise. Proven otherwise means going back up, right? And the first reference point that we should not violate, that we should not take out, would be Friday's high. If we take out 288.93, that means the bulls are really stronger than that means we're back to bullish, slightly neutral, I would say. So we should definitely not take out 289, let's say, on the Qs. On the SPY, it would be 248 on the SPY, okay? It would have made our lives easier, I think, if we had two solid red bars in a row rather than a huge bottoming tail on both the SPY and the Qs, but the Qs more so than the SPY. Of course, the bottoming tail formed because the Qs went climactic on that sell-off and got to support already, which is crazy. In 2 days we dropped basically from 303, look at this, to 270. A huge drop, over $10, and over 10%, that is, over $30 or 10% in just 2 days. Okay, so this was a nice sell-off, and of course it was preceded by, or ignited really, by Tesla. Tesla had a topped out also. The next target area on the Qs, we know what the reference point is to the upside. The next target would be to retest the prior low. I think we're going to be range bound for a while between the high and the low of Friday's bar. That's what I think. And then I'm hoping that we make it to the decline, to the rising 20 on the weekly chart, which would be around, this on the Qs it's 250. But I don't think we're gonna drop all the way to 250 right now or anytime soon. So maybe 260. Let's aim for 260 on the SPY. It'd be about 320, I would say. Again, the 20 MA is probably closer to 315, but by the time price comes down, moving average will catch up. The 20 period moving average will be around 320. Okay, the IWM, the Russell 2000, the diamonds, they don't look as climactic, but mostly I follow the Qs and the SPY. Okay, so that's, again, the bias is for me bearish until proven otherwise, and the first reference point that should not be violated, the first resistance area, is 289 on the Qs. All right, so that's that. The Qs actually was my best trade on Friday as a long, as a climactic buy setup long. We didn't have a good gaps list, I think. Let's see. The Qs was my best trade last week. It was $4,600 because it went climactic. But I'm hoping we'll get some nice big trades next week. Okay, here's the swing ideas for next week. If you have, if you'd like to just copy those rather than type them up, I copied them and pasted them in the description of the video. So this list, the bullish and bearish list, are in the description below. First item on the list is MAC. This looks pretty good. Notice the big base and the breakout that's coming, it looks like. Now on the weekly chart, it even looks better. So I like MAC over the base long, okay? Like MAC over the base long. OMI, not quite ready, but if it takes out the highs, oh my God. Instead of OMI, OMG. This is really, really bullish. Did not pull in with the market. Broke out a few weeks ago. And then it's basing at the highs, at resistance. So where's it headed? Up, right? But it's not quite ready. Now, I do these videos only on once a week, on the weekend. So I'm just giving you a heads up. This is going to be a good watch for next week, but I don't think it's going to be ready for Tuesday, right? Next on the list is PLYA. PLYA Hotels and Resorts. It looks good. It already broke out a couple weeks ago. I didn't take it. I liked it, but I always shy away from plays if the 200 period moving average, which is the red line right here, is just above, and it was. But the fact that it's been basing just under it, I'm thinking it's going to break out above it. So I like the PLYA long over the highs, over this bar's high, basically. Okay? Like it higher, same as MAC. Looks pretty good on the weekly. To go all the way up to probably, I mean, it doesn't have any resistance all the way to $7. Now, I would shoot for $6. $6 sounds reasonable to me. It's the low of that pivot on the weekly chart, this pivot, about $6, $5.98. So that sounds reasonable, more reasonable than $7. REGI, very, very bullish also, had a really bullish gap over red bar, a wide range red bar, and is holding. Same as the OMI, not quite ready, but I'm going to be watching it. Notice the bottoming tail on Friday, instead of a collapse with the market, this put in a big green bar. SPG, also, just like the MAC, the real estate stocks, this is real estate, are looking good. So it would be over the base, stop under it, and in this case, the target is $90, which is the 200 MA or this prior pivot. This prior pivot is 95. Let's say $90 on SPG. So I like it. SRG, same exact setup as the SPG, as the MAC. Over this bar's high, stop below the low. Target, it really has room to $20. Okay. Now, a lot of these plays that I go over don't end up triggering. Let's say this gaps down on Friday, on Tuesday, or doesn't take out this bar's high, then I wouldn't be in it. Does that make sense? So not every play triggers, and in this particular case, I am going to be very careful next week with the longs, and also with the shorts, because I have every single position that I have in my account and in the newsletter as a swing is short. Because I positioned myself bearish before the market topped out, because I could tell it was accelerating. I could tell it was about to top out. So I already went short a couple days probably before, and every single position that I have in the newsletter right now in my account, in the Strategic Swing Trader newsletter, is short. So I'm going to be careful adding to the shorts, but also if the market, if this is truly the top, which I think it is, then you don't really want to be playing long unless it's a very, very special thing, okay? Like this is very special, right? To me, this looks very special, very unique, doesn't care about the market. So something that's very, very special, so be careful. So SRG, we already discussed, over this bar's high, over $16, stop under 14.50. And then TUP is also pretty special, but very extended. TUP is my least favorite. This list is sorted alphabetically. It's not by favorites, because I don't want you to guess what my favorites are necessarily without being a subscriber. But TUP is truly too extended. The shorts, blue, is basing at the lows, so it looks pretty good under the lows. Stop above the highs. This reminds me of, we are in the REPH in the newsletter. Check it out. very similar. We've been in it from this breakdown here, I believe this red bar. So we've been in it for a while, but take a look. All out bearish. It is up about 50% almost. I know you might think, well, not quite 50%. So under $3, it's at 2. But it's about 33%. But take a look. You might think, oh, it's a $3 stock. Where can it go? It's already very low. It can go to 0. It can go down to 0. So this is similar. Blue basing at 250, 240 under the base, stop above it. What's not as good about blue is that it's a big stop. Stop would have to go all the way above the base. That's not a tight stop. On the REPH, it was a very tight stop. So under the base, stop just over this little base right here. So, okay. CSCO has a 1, 2, 3. Not a very tight stop also on CSCO. Entry would be under 40, 44 by 40, 43. So it's a $1 stop. And target, I would target this pivot right here, around 37.50 on CSCO. Pretty bearish. Look at the breakdown gap or breakaway gap, broke under the trend, based, wasn't able to rally with the market, and is now breaking down. So target is about 37.50. HTZ already triggered on Friday, but I like it short under the base still. It tried to go higher a couple times, didn't go, and I like it short to 111, I believe. Oh, that's 80 cents. 80 cents would be good, but that's 111. Okay, so on the HTZ, not bad. A lot of platforms don't have it available, so TradeStation actually has it with 0 interest borrow rate, 0%. So it's free to short. But you have to locate it. MYL under the base looks really good. Notice a huge breakout failure right there, breakout, and then it came back down and is now looking lower. So I really, really like it under this bar's low, which is 15.29. Okay, as a short, look at the monthly, very weak. So I like it. NERV also triggered on Friday, but still is not too late. So I'm sharing it with you because it's not too late to get in it. I like it short under the base, already triggered, but like it under the bar's low. Or if we want a tighter entry under 280, which is the space right here, under 280 rather than under 272. Okay, so that's the NERV. NXTC, same as the blue, under the base, looks good. Notice to try to go higher, couldn't do it. Tried to go higher right here, couldn't do it. So where is it? Lower. Where's it going? Lower, right? Like it under the base, stop above it. But same problem also. Not a very tight stop. Not a very tight stop. But, okay, that's the NXTC. Beautiful. Oxy is all out bearish. Clearly, there's something wrong with Oxy. Look at this. Hugging the moving average. Those are the trends that can last forever. When they're hugging the 20-period moving average, when they're not extended. When they extend above it or below it, then then the trend can reverse easily. But if they're hugging the moving average, or if the moving average is hugging price, meaning it's a gradual grind down in this case, just a gradual grind, those can last for a long, long time. Okay? So that's the Oxy, short under the base, stop above it, and just go away on vacation. Just kidding. You'd have to adjust your stop, and I'd keep it over the moving average. This ROL is okay. It's not great, but it's a little climactic on the weekly chart, up a lot, a little climactic. Now, we did the RBA. This is better as a short in the newsletter. See how this is much more climactic. It went vertical, right? So similar, but not as good. So I don't like it as much, but I do like it enough to mention here as a short under 53.80 with a stop over 55.07 on the ROL. Next on the list is the SUPN. Notice the big base, the bigger the top, the bigger the drop, as they say. Short would be under this bar's low, under 20.80. Stop would be over 22.37, 36. Target would be around 17.36. Maybe even more. Maybe it comes all the way down to 14. But I think it would need the market, meaning the market would have to turn all out bearish, the stock market, for it to come all the way down to 14. Notice the monthly chart, beautiful sell setup. Okay. Normally, I don't like to take the first sell setup after any acceleration. Notice this was in a severe bearish downtrend and then accelerated here in March with the rest of the market. So usually the first sell setup is not very good, but I like it enough to give it a try under the SPARS low, okay, with big stop over 22.36 on the SUPN. TEL is a penny stock, but still looks lower. I've shorted 4-cent stocks. Can you believe it? Even a 4-cent stock I've shorted before. 20 cents went down to 4. 4 cent went to 0, almost 0. Went to a fraction of a penny. So they can still drop. If an 88-cent stock dropped to 44, how much do you make? 50%. If a $100 stock dropped to $50, you still make only 50% also. So price doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter much at all. I like to, normally when I'm playing climactics, I like to short the high price stocks because you get a huge sell-off. So in terms of points, you get a much bigger move. But the breakdowns, I don't really care about the price. I don't care about the price. So that's TEL. UMRX. UMRX broke under the base and now we have a void. This is similar to ALT. So check out ALT. I think, yeah, ALT had a big pop and then it broke down and it put in kind of a 1, 2, 3, and then from there every bar has been red. Okay, so this is similar. Popped, broke down, and then a 1, 2, 3. So under the base, stop over the SPARS high. Let's check the hourly chart on this because I like it a lot on the daily. The hourly isn't very good. We need to come all the way back down to here, obviously. So it'd be under 205 with a stop over 231. So it's not, might not be quite ready for Tuesday, but I really like it to fall all the way back down to the 200 MA or about $1, maybe slightly above on the UMRX. And last but not least is ZI. Already broke down, but we have a way in, which is under this bar's low as a 1, 2, 3 setup. A setup under 31.30 with a stop over 34.50. Huge stop. But otherwise, it's a good pattern. It's just a huge stop. All right. So that will do it, I think, for this week. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, I'd really appreciate if you hit the like button. That triggers the YouTube algorithm. So again, hit the like button if you found benefit in today's video. If you have any questions, reach out to customer service, info@t3live.com, info@t3live.com. And if you'd like to download a copy of my free ebook, link is in the description. Link is in the description. Thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the holiday weekend, and I will talk to you next week. Take care. Ciao.